One Piece, 10 Things Ace Would Be Doing If He Were Still Alive. Luffy's brother Portgas D. Ace was a beloved pirate in One Piece who died young, but if he'd survived the Paramount War, he'd be keeping himself busy. Portgas D. Ace was one of the most important characters in Eiichiro Oda's One Piece and was key in making the climax of the first half of the story as great as it was. Ace was Luffy and Sabo's brother, and just like them, had his own dreams that he followed to the end. He set out to sea at the age of 17 and quickly made a name for himself. Eventually, Ace joined the Whitebeard Pirates and rose up to become the 2nd Division commander of the crew. Unfortunately, he ended up dying in the Paramount War, but if he were still alive, there's a lot that he'd be up to. Ace would be spearheading the new age of pirates. Portgas D. Ace was one of the most important figures among the next generation of pirates in the world of One Piece. As explained by Sengoku, Ace would have become strong enough to lead an entire generation of pirates if given enough time. What's more, in the Wano Country arc, Yamato explained how Ace was the first of the new generation to make his mark and the others simply followed his lead. Knowing that, Ace definitely would have been at the top of the pack by now if he'd lived. 9. Ace would be training to surpass the Pirate King Gold Roger. One of Ace's biggest motivations in life was to surpass his father and achieve fame that would overshadow even the Pirate King. Ace was certainly on the right track, but he died before managing to accomplish this task. If Ace was still alive, he'd be training relentlessly to get stronger and finally surpass Roger by achieving great things in his life as a pirate. 8. Ace would eventually captain the Whitebeard Pirates. Ace joined the Whitebeard Pirates after losing to their captain, and although he was hesitant to blend in at first, he soon donned the proud skull and crossbones of the legendary Whitebeard on his back. He rose through the ranks quickly and became the crew's 2nd Division commander. Eventually, he would have risen to the position of captain as Whitebeard was sick and would have died at some point. According to Sengoku, Whitebeard wanted Ace to become the next Pirate King, which confirms that he was preparing Ace for command. 7. Ace would be practicing the ways of Haki to get stronger. Portgas D. Ace was one of the very few people in the One Piece world with the ability to use all the Haki types and could control them very well. His fight against Vice Admiral Draw saw him awaken Armament Haki, and he displayed great control over Conqueror's Haki when he knocked out Hammond on Fishman Island. With more time, Ace's skills with these Haki types would only have improved and made him an even more menacing pirate. 6. Ace would be watching Luffy's back very closely. Very few things in life were more important to Ace than his goals, and protecting Luffy was one of them. Ace grew up with him and watched Luffy become stronger right before his eyes. Even when he left on his own journey, Ace kept an eye on Luffy's progress and, given the chance, jumped to rescue him out of any situation. If he were still alive, Ace would be watching Luffy's back very closely, defending him from any threat that would do him. 5. Ace would want to meet Sabo after learning about his fate. Ace and Luffy's brother Sabo was presumed to have died long ago in the story, however, he was actually rescued by none other than Monkey D. Dragon. Unfortunately, Sabo suffered from amnesia and thus couldn't remember anything about his brothers. Under Dragon's guidance, he quickly became stronger and eventually would have been noticed by Ace, as he currently has a 602 million berry bounty. It goes without saying that Ace would set out to sea to meet Sabo immediately after discovering the truth about his fate. 4. Ace would eventually come to Wano for Kaido's head. Ace visited Wano country for years before the current storyline, where he met Otama. Shortly after, he also sailed to Onigashima to free many captives who were kidnapped and ran into Yamato. And the two became great friends. Ace promised to come back to Wano country and free it one day by defeating Yonko Kaido, but unfortunately, he died before accomplishing this goal. If he were alive, he surely would have sailed for Wano after becoming stronger. 3. Ace would have taken Yamato and Otama out to sea. Portgas D. Ace formed a great relationship with both Otama and Yamato. While he deemed the former to be too young to be taken out to sea at the time, he couldn't take the latter with him because of the handcuffs that bound him. After 2 years, Ace could certainly have freed Yamato and taken him out to sea, and also allow Otama to join his ship as an apprentice of the crew. 2. Ace would have aimed for the position among the Yonko. Ace chased infamy, and with this goal in mind, he challenged the strongest pirate alive at the time, Edward Newgate, also known as Whitebeard. Although Ace joined his crew, he still aimed to achieve greatness in the future and prove to the world that he was greater than Roger. Knowing him, he certainly would have pushed for a position among the Yonko if he was alive. Ace would definitely have pulled it off, if only he got enough time to make himself stronger over the years. 1. Ace would team up with his brothers once again. Portgas D. Ace held the bond of his brotherhood with Luffy and Sabo very close to his heart. The three spent their childhood together and exchanged sake cups, fostering brotherhood between them. If Ace were alive, he would certainly want to see them again and share all the stories of his adventures with them. Luffy and Sabo would have been just as interested in telling theirs. Their brotherhood remains a cherished bond, and fans would certainly have loved to see the three